I'm gonna start off pretty heavy, but I promise that there's some comic relief at the end. The first one is about how I lost my virginity, which was not very cool. Anyway. He tore me down with vengeance, daring to whisper my name with angry pleasure and spilled with acidic seed. And my virginity was not taken by some puppy love, holding hands, sweet kisses, and school dances, candles, and music while parents are away. It was stolen with vodka breath by the greasy neighborhood dealer, brute force, and bloody thighs, a lifetime of nightmares seeing angry eyes. How dare you tarnish my body like this, make a beautiful thing into garbage that I can barely stand to own. I took this nightmare as a rite of passage. This is the price to own a pussy. A lifetime of repeatedly finding the strength to overcome feeling disgusted with your very being, feeling burglarized, losing faith, trying to find self-respect. A lifetime frantically searching for a way to forget. I learned the hard way the dangers of daring to feel beautiful. And we all treat it like a secret. Okay, so my next couple. Sorry guys. So my next couple are like oldies but goodies, so they're my favorite ones to do. Yeah. If I'd been at my full potential, God help you, I could have devoured your whole being. But then again, your soul is a mere meal that I do not care to eat, because my power lies not in decadent feasts. It lies in waving a meal away with disgust and distaste. There is not enough love in your heart to satisfy my endless thirst for devotion. I am searching for sustenance you will never provide. In those scraps I settled for, there were tender moments I spent in your arms, and times I swore the whole world was between your lips. No difference between us mattered, and I held these dual expectations, gripped by expert denial. Euphoric recall made you my drug. The truth is somewhere midway between heroic saint and a monster sent to break my heart. We read black and white when we were always shades of gray. I knew from the way you spoke you always had an escape plan, which is smarter than you look, because I burned down homes. You were always running your fire drills, proving your evacuation sound. I'm that invited home invader, your most familiar stranger, shape-shifting succubus, naked between your hands, blessedly vulnerable and consuming all. I saw the end before I ever saw your heart, comforted by cynicism, knowing this bitter war would someday arrive and ruin us both. I wore combat boots, you wore armor. I stomped over boundaries until I met your border wall. We were two performing soldiers, singing a parody of intimacy, playing these war games and calling it love. A masochist and a sadist switching roles in this waltz through a trauma minefield where we part only to be baited back with unfinished business. And we know this war won't be over until you hate the day that you loved me, until you don't know if these fists you squeeze are meant for me or for yourself. This one is like my favorite lately, and I've been getting some pretty good feedback on it, so I've read it like the last few times I've been here. I'm going to do it again. You ask me, has anyone ever told you that you're beautiful? A pretentious attempt at seduction, as if this is the first time I've ever heard it and I don't own a mirror. Well, shucks, golly gosh, gee willikers. Thanks for that, mister. And now I'm blessed with the giddy freedom that comes only with the knowledge that you would be so gracious as to fuck me. If your only compliment is about how I look, just save it, because I've heard the same lines a million times, and I'm acutely aware of what I look like because I look like this on purpose. That's why I feel so hostile toward men who only skate my surface, as if they're afraid of my insides. Beyond this thirst trap exterior, I am more powerful than you will ever realize. Because since the day I sprouted breasts, I unwillingly became a prize in a twisted game of catch and release, a competition amongst the opposite sex. I have seen your tactics, and frankly, I'm unimpressed. So you say you aren't like most guys, which is a thing that most guys say, as if putting down your entire gender makes you look better. Cutting down other men does not make you appear taller, it just makes you an asshole. You say, I'm not interested in sex like all the rest, Well, I know this may blow your mind, but I have men in my life that listen to me without the intention of even trying to fuck me, so you're not special. In fact, your smug assuredness that being interested in what I have to say is somehow so remarkable that I should be delighted makes you an asshole. Worse than the rude and crass are the ones that swear they rise above, the men who ever call fucking making love. If you have to tell me what a nice guy you are, you're not nice, you're manipulative. Nice men are like the well hung, as in, if it is true, they do not need to tell me. As Roosevelt would know, those carrying the big sticks speak softly, and the same is true about kindness. Besides, if being nice is your best selling point, you're mediocre at best, and thinking that anything less than abuse is heroic makes you an asshole. Why don't you tell me something real, like how I am so smart that it intimidates you, and I cling to life in even the darkest hours, and I give the kind of hugs that people remember, like how I can be vulnerable in a room full of people, and I have fared through hell and high water, and both my acceptance and rejection wield power. You won't tell me any of that, because you don't even know, and you don't care to find out either. You make me want to roll my eyes so far in the back of my head that they stick there. And if you think that I'm a stuck-up bitch for saying this, that's okay, because I think you're an asshole. Thank you.